I'm like all of a sudden like pulled in. I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm getting pulled into this. I'm like, I want to know more. I really want to know more. Hey, Honey Tribe. I just had a story time for you guys while I do laundry. So, well, you're not gonna be able to see me, but I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna just have it like this, okay? So, I don't want to say this friend. Well, she was like an associate. I don't really want to say her name. Let's just call her Azada, okay? So, Azada, she had a pretty rough life. You know, she had a pretty rough childhood, should I say. I met her in high school. And I just recently got back in contact with her, you guys. She had been posted on my timeline on Facebook and stuff like that. And I have different Facebook profiles. I have about 2 that I actually use. Anything else is probably a fake profile that somebody else created. But I just have this really quick, short story time for you all, because when I say watching her strength and just realizing how things can be perceived a certain way. And like, this is why one of the main number one first rules that you learn growing up from your parents and teachers and, you know, authority figures in the community, you know, to mind your business. And then, you know, whatever spiritual background you come from, religious background, whatever your belief is in, it's always telling you not to judge, you know. And so her story, and she's a beautiful young woman, okay? She was always, you know, kind of to herself in high school, the one school I did go to school with her in. But she was just always nice to me. She never had anything negative to say or anything like that. So, again, we're just going to call her Azada. I don't want to give this person's personal business, you know, put it out there and then say her name and things like that. So let's get into this story time. So she recently reached out to me and we talked on the phone. We talked for about maybe, and I'm not exaggerating, about at least an hour, okay? Catching up. She's had kids now. She's, you know, still looks young. She still looks beautiful and everything like that. We were really, really close at the one high school that we went to together. And so I know she was talented. I know that because that's what we had in common. I do remember me and her loving to just, you know, on recess, walking the track. We used to love to sing and stuff like that. And in PE, we would sit in the bleachers and we would be singing old Vivian songs and Monica and stuff like that. Like, she was real down to earth, really, really pretty. She might not be like really have like the all the new clothes and like the newest of things, but I do remember her just being so, you know, effortlessly beautiful. You know, she didn't have to do much, and she was like really, really gorgeous. So, I, for one, I think I was like the only person that she cared to. Was it summer school? Was it? Okay, I guess it was like an entire school year, right? I, for one, know that the way she opened up to me and got to know me and stuff like that, she wasn't like that with, you know, most of the other classmates and students. And so she was like really, really like picky with who she opened up to about what she was dealing with in her personal life and why her father and parents weren't really around or something like that. I don't want to get too detailed because I don't want her to see this and feel like, you know, what the heck. But I know that, you know, by the end of this video, she'll realize that, you know, I see the strength in her, you know. So, you guys, like I said, I'm trying to handle some, you know, house chores and stuff while I tell you guys this. So, this girl, I don't believe that she's in the United States anymore. I didn't want to ask her personal business because she's doing, like, really, really well now. Like, she has so many followers and subscribers on Instagram, and, you know, she has her own business. I don't know if she's married. I do remember her posting pictures of, like, her children's father, and I believe she had, like, I don't know if it was one child or two. I really don't remember. But she's like, I know she's not targeted or anything like that. Like, she's really doing good for herself. And so I watched this girl go through like the most judgmental ordeal with just ignorant, immature ass people. So this particular friend, like I said, she used to like to sing. She could sing really good. She had a really pretty voice. She had the look, everything. Like, she could have really put out an album, signed a label, and like took off. Like, she was, like Sierra or, any of the, cute model R&B type girls or whatever, right? When it comes to melanated people. So, like I said, she grew up a rough childhood and things like that. And let's just start from the beginning, okay? Because I was trying to skip over certain personal things that happened, but it is what it is. From my perspective, a lot of this, like I said, I'm not going to be saying actual cities, dates, times, because, just for her, confidentiality, I don't want to put her personal business out there. But I will say there were obviously, like, celebrities that already knew of her, right? And so when we first met, when I first came across her path around 9th grade or something like that, I believe is when a lot of this wickedness started with her. So there is things online surfacing about like a lot of people being reincarnated, and I've seen a video. If I can find it, I'll post it in this video, you guys. But I've seen a video that was pretty much trying to say like Normani, the singer Normani, the pretty dark-skinned chocolate girl that can dance really good and sing, like that she was Josephine Baker reincarnated. And when I went and looked, I was like blown away. I was like, oh my God, like the way she danced, her energy, everything, it was just undeniable. I'm like, that's definitely Josephine Baker, like without a doubt. And then of course, I did my readings and stuff, and it was saying yes, and I just was like, oh, I was like really in adoration towards her, and I understood why, she's back in Hollywood, why they picked her up out of all the dark-skinned, beautiful women that could sing and stuff. So anyway, that's the past, like when I realized that. But this particular friend, like, she's gorgeous. Like it's obvious that she's a legend reincarnated. Like, it's really obvious. But there was some things that was going on with like certain obvious like music celebrities, like people in the music industry, not even just like actual artists, like producers and things like that. And so it was like this one celebrity female, like she had put out all of this stuff concerning like, I don't know if it was Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper or something like that, but it was like one of those, that was popular. She was like sponsoring it. And so she was doing like commercials and things about it. So I know you're like, what does all that have to do with Azada, right? Okay, so all of that happened. Like I said, it's a lot of information surfacing on her own platforms that kind of prove that she's, who she says she is reincarnated, birthdays, birthmarks, the way she looks, everything. Like, it's scary, y'all. Like, and I really admire her a lot. Like, she's one of the women that I look up to. And so I came across her profile. She deleted it. It's not on X. She doesn't have an X anymore, which used to be Twitter. And she doesn't have this particular Facebook profile that I remember back in the day. I said like 2016, she was going off about how, and if I wouldn't have came across her videos, I would have never known. Like, I would have never seen things from that perspective because, I got my own life. I'm dealing with my own kids, my own stuff and everything like that. So I go across her Facebook profile, and I say it was a lot of people like commenting, like hundreds of people like responding to her videos and stuff like that. And she was just going off about how she was like, the industry is wicked or whatever. She was like, I don't want to be in Hollywood this lifetime. And at first, I'm not going to lie, I was like, what the hell is going on with her? What the hell is going on? I'm going to say her real name. I'm like, what the hell is going on with Azada? Like, she, like her family members, I seen like a couple posts where she had like, how somebody have like a whole bunch of comments on like an old picture, and it's obvious that they were like, using that particular picture just to kind of like communicate or whatever. I think she had like a gay cousin or like this, I don't know, it was like a gay cousin or something like that when I clicked his profile. But she was like going off, and I sat there, like, I'm not gonna lie, because I always cared about her as a friend or whatever. So I sat there and I'm like reading the comments. And he's like saying all kind of like, bro, he was like, you will never step foot in a studio. You're nothing but this, that, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is her biological family. So I go click on his profile and I see like his other siblings and family members, and they all have the same last name or whatever. And so I'm going back, and now I was able to like see the posts and like the comments from like, I guess, people we all went to school with and stuff, and see what like they were saying. And everything she was saying, bro, without a doubt, it was like lining up. Like, she was like, I am who I say I am, reincarnated, because, you know, what's the chances? What's the coincidence? There's no such thing as coincidences as far as everybody in my family having this particular last name. And this legend that she is reincarnated. When you go do the research on her, she actually did a movie, and her last name in the movie was the same last name as like all of her relatives, like her siblings, her mom, her brother. Everybody has that same last name except for her. So I'm like starting to get scared, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, because I knew her personally. Like, I hung out with her. She was like really down to earth and everything. So I'm like all of a sudden like pulled in. I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm getting pulled into this. I'm like, I want to know more. I really want to know more. So I started looking back, like, how long has she been? Because remember, I just came across her Facebook profile. So I'm like, how the fuck long has she been talking about this type of stuff or whatever? I'm seeing like cute pictures she done took and videos with her just being silly, like her just being her normal self. And so I see more of like these pictures, these videos and stuff. And so then I come across like posts of her talking about being a targeted individual, right? So she's talking about how, you know, she's targeted, how she can't really, you know, keep employment, how wherever she moves to, like, there's people in the community that come out, they stalk her, they follow her, they try to get her arrested, they try to, you know, have conflict with her. And so then I start taking it serious. I'm like, oh my God, this is why I haven't seen her. Like, because, you know, everybody else, it's easy to find them like on Facebook, Instagram. It's easy to see like where they work, how they've been doing, you know, if there's a class reunion or something like that, or somebody has a party, a wedding, a baby shower or something like that. You can see them there. You'll see them all post, you know, everything on Instagram. So I'm looking and I'm just like putting everything together. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I always knew it was something about her when we hung out in school. But like, it's like all the puzzle pieces start coming together, y'all. And it was like so heartbreaking. I just was like, damn. Like, I knew she was different, but, and then it started my awakening. It started like my journey, like me waking up and stuff like that. So let me sit down, y'all, so I can finish telling y'all this story. So pretty much, like, I'm like diving into this thing. I'm talking about days are going by. You know, I'm constantly on her social media reading about this. You know, my phone is always going dead because I'm always on it, like looking up everything that she's saying. Like, if she could post one long ass fucking post, and then so much stuff inside of the post where I start going like researching myself, looking it up on YouTube or whatever. So all of what I concluded, she was saying pretty much that she was targeted. People were following her. Like, when I went to her other profile, I don't remember if it was Insta, I think it was IG, but I go look and she's like actually showing strangers, like harassing her. And I'm not gonna lie, she didn't look like herself. Like, she just looked like she had been going through it. I definitely did not see like her being on drugs. Like, that's not what I was getting, but it's like something wasn't right. Like, when I'm watching, I'm like, where's her family? Like, where is, you know, what's going on? Like, where's her relatives? Like, why is she in this situation or whatever? So that's what prompted me to myself start looking into gang stalking, looking into targeted individuals. And so I put together pretty much what she was trying to tell people, because, you know, I'm woke, you know what I'm saying? I'm spiritual. So what I pretty much put together, that she was pretty much trying to expose that. And like I said, I was so grateful, y'all. Like, I didn't ever reach out to her or anything. Recently, she reached out to me. She had already posted on my Facebook, asked how I had been doing, like, was really nice to me. And the state that she lives in now, I've visited and things like that, but for whatever reason, we just never have linked up there. And so I put everything together from this is like 4 years ago when I started waking up knowing about targeted individuals, and I was coming across her profile. I was like, okay, so what people are not getting, because it was like a lot of people, like even around me, like when I would bring her up, people would just have so much negative stuff to say, and it's like I wouldn't see what they would see. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm a girl, I don't know if it's because I actually hung out with her, but I just didn't see like the stuff that other people, like anything that they complained about concerning her. I'm like, okay, so does this person, so does this celebrity, so does all the rest of these girls do that, or have done that, or whatever the case. Like, I don't know, I felt like sometimes I was like, maybe this is just jealousy or whatever, but it's like their hate or whatever negativity people will always have to say when I would bring her up, it was just so strong that I don't know. I was like, maybe this is spiritual, right? So moving forward, I started to piece together what she was trying to say. And when I tell y'all, this thing has really like made me so fucking grateful that I never was one of the people that actually like came for her or nothing like that. So pretty much what she was saying is like this celebrity that was known or whatever at the time, that she feels like, because and I'm telling you, I don't even feel like it's just personal feelings that she had. I feel like it's definitely factual information, because it just lines up too perfectly along the lines of what she was saying. So she pretty much was saying how and y'all, I gotta kind of like take the camera off of me for a second, so because I'm trying to do other stuff too. But she pretty much was saying that like this particular female singer that was known at the time was a part of like, whatever group, organization, or whatever be gang stalking and stuff, targeting her. Y'all know I know about that type of stuff now. And so she was saying how this woman, like whatever this Coca-Cola or Dr. whatever this like drink that she was like promoting back in the day, while obviously Azada was in like middle school, elementary school, or something like that. And then like when you actually go look at what she's saying, and then you look at like just too many synchronicities, like the street that the guy she ended up having kids with, like one of the streets where he lived at, and like her age, and then like I said, the actual legend that she is reincarnated. When you look at all of that, you're like, bro, that's not no coincidence. But then when you go a step further, when she started to like expose like the government and the 1% corrupt government and stuff like that, it really started getting spooky, bro. And I started being like aware of my own life, like aware of what could have happened to me, because she was like, okay, you people, like she was just going off one day. She was like, anytime stuff is going good with me and the father of my kids, everybody start, I be channeling and I be spiritually and psychically picking up that, his family, his friends, people in the community, like, yeah, we need to send the police in, and what she did was that, but like, she just kept on exposing how like this was planned out when I was a child, bro. Like this was, and she worked heavy with like Kali Ma and stuff, so that's who I learned about Kali Ma from. Like I started looking into that, Kali Ma is about justice, and it's like a Hindu goddess that rules like justice and children, and like she protects them. And so she has like several posts and videos where she was talking about like how she was having dreams of being, chased by the police in elementary school now, y'all. I didn't meet her till we was in high school. But I believe her. I've done the readings because, like I said, she's such a beautiful person. She never did anything wrong to me. So I just had to know. And because, tarot, a lot of people are into tarot cards now. So I'm somebody that it's like I'm a very keen, like I'm very sharp when it comes to my discernment and truth and justice. I like to know the truth. I'm not no jealous person. Like I be having to know the truth, because I can't just sit back and let people talk about somebody or attack somebody and they really don't deserve it. Like in the times we living in right now, like you could really be misjudging a person or mistreating a person, and you wondering why you curse, you wondering why your life is a certain way, why certain people dying around you, and whole time you be helping an agenda that was pre-planned to attack somebody that's chosen. Like this is the same type of stuff that I was saying. So I'm doing my readings and I'm looking into everything, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, like I'm seeing it, y'all. I'm seeing it's like clarity, truth, you know what I'm saying, injustice. It's showing like what happened to her. So she's like, yeah, that celebrity doing that, and then me finding out that she's gang stalking me, she's paying people to gang stalk me, she's working with my family behind the scenes, and then she does have stuff where she proved like different ideas, like musical ideas or just art-wise, like different trends that she started. Like all of a sudden, this particular celebrity, she the one that also was doing like the Coca-Cola modeling that or promoting that, and then all of a sudden she ends up having people come tell her about certain things, like about like magic and stuff like that, and she actually did it because she was misguided and she thinking that these people her friend or something like that. And so all these people was telling her about certain stuff. She didn't know that people was watching her to like gang stalk her, to mess her life up, you know, being paid to do this. And this is all the stuff she was talking about her profile. And so I started asking the cards myself, like, bro, is this true? And y'all, when I said I broke down crying, I was like, the world is scary, because you mean to tell me this girl was young, this girl was not even 10 years old, and you have a celebrity that made a deal to be famous, didn't even know everything that they were going to be coerced to do, didn't even know everything that was going to come with it, did these rituals. This girl was having dreams about being in grocery stores and stores with this particular celebrity. This particular celebrity talking about drinks and stuff like that. Then she gets 22 years old, because something is about 22, y'all. Catch 22, like, then she turned 22. She's talking about the actual year that who she is reincarnated in her past life. When she was born, she's like adding up numerology. I'm doing readings on all of this stuff, y'all. So she's saying like, okay, that was not a coincidence. So here I am. Okay, I'm young. I make a mistake. I was vulnerable. I was in the wrong religion. It wasn't protecting me. And it's all just making sense. I'm like, wow, I can see how that can happen. And so, boom, they did these rituals for her to make certain decisions, so that now to the rest of the world, it seems like what we're doing is okay. It seems like trying to keep this person, you know, being in a lifestyle that doesn't, you know, support their highest good, or that can really ultimately ruin their life, ruin their health. You know, you're trying to justify this by this setup, but you did this setup, this ritual with this celebrity while this girl was in elementary school. So when she makes this particular mistake, and you got people, you sending people to tell her about this, I'm just adding all this up. Y'all like, oh my God, that is so fucking fucked up and wicked. And then I'm looking at her and I'm like, bro, like this was some jealous ass shit. This was some jealous ass shit, so that this person couldn't, you know, be independent. Because I told y'all from the beginning, she's always been like very picky on who she like really get close to, who she open up to. So it's almost like it was a direct attack from people that felt like, well, she ain't gonna be dealing with me. She ain't gonna fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying? And most people only want like to be close to certain people so they can sabotage their life, so they can mess their life up and shit. And I feel like her protection in general, I still feel like she's heavily protected, because when I think about everything that I witnessed myself with my own two eyes, her go through, it's like, man, it couldn't have been nobody but the Most High. And that's how you know all of that shit she went through was an injustice, but it made her stronger to tell her story. So fast forward all of that, she's doing okay now, she's doing better, but I still see her like talking about the targeting to a certain extent. I don't feel like she's targeted anymore, because like I said, she got her own business, she got her kids, she got money, she got her own place, she lives by herself, all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe they stopped gang stalking her or something, but she still does like post links and pictures and information about gang stalking and targeted individuals and stuff like that. But I realized like everything she was saying, and I did my reading, and I'm like, that was a direct setup. So anybody that at the time, 4 years ago, when she was talking about that stuff, like, as soon as I'm doing good, or as soon as me and the father and my kids, everything's going smooth, his family gets in it, their mind get fucked by the government to where, oh, we need to arrest her. That was wrong what she did. And meanwhile, she's the prize. Like, she can get any man that she wants, especially if her money wasn't being messed with, if her business wasn't being messed with, if her reputation wasn't being messed with. This girl, I'm telling y'all, with money makes everybody look good. But even without money, this girl just simply, like with a hoodie and some pants on, I'm telling y'all, I ain't gonna say I'm bisexual, but I'm not a girl that has an issue with like complimenting nice looking women. She has soft features. Like, she's really a cute girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's somebody that you can easily fall in love with. So if she had the money to put on these glittery, expensive ass fancy dresses and heels and, you know, different designer purses and, you know, expensive goddamn makeup, all that type of stuff, bro, easily, like, this girl is definitely a 10 easily. So I just felt bad for her, because I'm like, damn, like people are really manipulated easily. Like, people are really stupid. So she was saying how the family, when stuff would be going stable, maybe she'd find a job, or they staying together, they got the kids or anything, like the family will like manipulate, or everybody will just be manipulated by the government or some type of dark force to gang stalk her, to be like, man, we need to send the police in, she needs to go to jail. Like, literally clueless to the fact that this bitch really don't need this man. Like, all of this shit was a setup. All of it was a setup for her to, and she be saying how she feel like, you know, Caucasian, like the 1%, not regular white people, like the 1% really just wanted to make her feel like you can't do anything without us, because like she's really, really like into other cultures now. Like, I know she was saying how she wanted to move to Haiti before, Africa, all of this type of stuff. So like I said, and I believe we're the same sign. So a lot of this stuff, she really motivated me. Like, this girl really has motivated me. And we were together a lot at that one school, and then she moved away and I didn't see her anymore, and now she don't even stay in the same state where we went to school at. But me and her was close, and sometimes I regret not taking her offer up to move in with her, right? Because people were trying to say this girl was sick, she caught something and stuff, and I even believed it for a minute because she was skinny, y'all, but she got all her weight back up, like, and I was thinking about it, I was like, man, maybe I should. She told me, she invited me to come move with her out of town. She was like, you can come stay with me, da-da-da-da, and I just, because myself, I had my own issues, y'all know what I be talking about. Before I even woke up though, like, I was with my own children's father and stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't know if I should go stay with her or whatever. But anywho, she was just pretty much saying all of this stuff. And when I took time, the gist of the story is when I took time to piece everything together and see what she was saying, that shit was so chillingly accurate, and just, I could see her perspective, and I could see like how I'm protected, because I never went out my way. I've never been so low vibrational or dissatisfied with myself to where I went out my way to get in somebody else's business or try to play God in their life or judge them, because what you might think is, oh, this person is a bad person, or they need to go through this, or they need to go through that, could have all been a direct attack from the archons, from the the 1% racist corrupt government, because that's exactly what it is. Like, the celebrity promoting Coca-Cola, and then people telling her to dabble into magic and post, like, literally coming to her with this information, bro. Like, what's the chances? Come on now, that wasn't no coincidence. And then you make certain decisions and choices, not realizing that, hey, this is all planned out. I still feel like she's protected, but at the end of the day, you do that, and now it's an ongoing, never-ending chapter of, his family members and friends feeling like, oh, well, we got the upper hand to be able to try to come up with a way to make this person, in poverty, or, take their freedom away from them. The whole time, this girl said she was having dreams about the police following her. She was having dreams about that particular celebrity woman. You get what I'm saying? And all kind of other stuff like that. And then you fast forward into her going through all of that, and it's crazy, man, how people won't even see any of that. Like, bro, I can imagine her spiritual guys, like, literally, like, tossing people off her, like, man, get your ass the fuck back. Like, this shit was planned out when this person was a child, and here you go thinking that you got the right to try to keep fucking with their freedom and their finances and shit like that, when this shit was planned out. So your little perspective of, oh, things are going good right now, but it's only because of our son, it's only because of our cousin, it's only because of our friend or our brother. Whole time this person can do so much better on their own if that situation had not happened. That's the reality of it. And she is doing good now. She really is all by herself with her own money. I don't know, like, I know she was saying something about like an inheritance or something like that, but who knows, if she did, I don't want to get her money or anything like that. I just put this story out there to say, like, this world is fucked up. Shit is getting more and more corrupt, more and more chaotic. It's been fucked up. But I just feel like that girl didn't deserve none of that shit. Like, and then just how entitled motherfuckers was on her page, like in the comments and stuff I've witnessed and heard people saying about her to me when I would bring her up and I would compliment her or say something positive about how nice and sweet she was, how she didn't really never bother nobody. And it's like, to know that people were so delusional, feeling like they had the right, like they were in the right of way to be able to continuously do something, really feeling like, oh, you're doing this person a favor when you know the rituals you probably was a part of. Like, I just feel like it was all jealousy, but that was the story time, you guys. Hopefully y'all can take something from this story. Maybe if you don't know all the facts or something, if you don't know why something keeps going on and on and on, for one, even if you close to somebody like Azada, like that's the nickname we're giving her. Even if you, I love to use that name, y'all. I don't know. If I ever have another daughter, her name's gonna be Azada. Like, I love that name. But if you ever have a relative, a friend, hell, just anybody that you have close contact with because y'all work together or whatever, and there's like a lot of people against this person talking shit, and even if you might look at the situation from a certain perspective or angle and feel like what they did was wrong and they need to be punished, like, sometimes you need to get clarity and see, because when people open up, you never know what type of clarity you will get. Like, if you just talk to somebody, like, and I'm glad that I talked to her, because her telling me those dreams she had, like, bro, it stirred some type of intuition in me. I'm like, why would a child be dreaming they running from the police? And then a situation just manifests where people constantly feel like they got the right to take their freedom away. Like, some shit so spiritually, like, created and spiritually conjured and manipulated, you can't think about it with your own brain or with your own 2 eyes. You have to use your crown chakra and your third eye chakra, and you have to use your spiritual eyes, your spiritual mind. And a lot of motherfuckers not there yet, but I feel like if you're not even there, you definitely not protected enough to be sitting here bothering people, attacking people, trying to play God in people's lives, and you don't know all the motherfucking factors of why they dealing with stuff, especially black people. Like, black people still getting gunned down by police. Black people still got so much shit and work they need to work on. You don't need to be trying to hone in and zone in and attack one damn person, especially if they like more intelligent than you, because she's like really, really intelligent, y'all. So that's the story time, you guys. Peace.